Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya.
Jai Guruji, everyone. Thank you to all our Sevadars and Sangat and everyone. So my satsang is connected with the bhajan that we had today was Lekha Hoe. And a couple of months ago, and in fact, like some years ago, I started Amrit Vela with Guruji's grace. Of course, my sister was behind me, and luckily I started. And few weeks ago, there was this story which felt and which connected me very deeply with Guruji also, because it actually solved a lot of questions that I used to get before. The story was with the bhajan which we had today, coincidentally, Lekha Hoe. So the story was that there was this there was this gentleman in a village, and it's from Japji Sahib, and so there was this gentleman in the village who's quite affluent person, and one day he get blessed with the presence of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And so this guy is very affluent, but he's not into bhakti, he's not into seva, satsang or sadhana, which we constantly hear in Kabir's bhajans and the bhajans that we hear here. So, but he get blessed with Guru Nanak Dev Ji's presence at his home, and he was so, he felt very happy, and he welcomed Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Mardana. And so what happened is that night they did satsang. Guru Nanak Dev Ji asked him that I'm going to do some satsang tonight. And he was very happy. He felt very blessed. And while that satsang was happening, he asked Guru Nanak Dev Ji that I have everything. One thing that I want is, shall I go to mountains and because I want moksha? Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that, no, you don't have to go to mountains for the moksha. You can do what you are doing in your life while you're living. You don't have to leave anything. And he said that, but if I start doing that, my family and my close friends are going to leave me. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji smiled. He said that, you wait and watch. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji told him that what you have to do is, because you have this significant amount of wealth, what you have to do is you have to constantly start giving it away. And then you see who stays with you and who doesn't stay with you. And he constantly smiled. And this gentleman, who is very affluent, he started doing that. So he started giving away his wealth to the people who are in need, so that he can earn some good karmas and also like lean towards his direction towards moksha. So he started giving away the wealth. And what happens is, slowly and steadily, the family found out. And they didn't like that he was giving away significant part of his wealth to the people who are in need. What happens is that one day they all decide that we have to leave this person with whatever amount of wealth we can grab and go. So the entire family of him left him with the wealth that they could attain at that day. And he came to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and he says that, Guruji, you were right. They all left me while I'm here. I didn't have to leave all of them and go to the mountains. But while I'm here and trying to help the needy, my own family left me with whatever they could attain from my wealth. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that, see, you saw it. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji told him, so he actually then asked Guru Nanak Dev Ji that, what shall I do now? Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that, stop doing bad karmas and try to attain your wealth from that. Do the rosy, do the karmas, good karmas, and then you attain the good wealth. So what he started doing after that is like blue collar jobs. He started going to Mazduri and all that. And then during that time of work, what he used to do is he used to do the kirtan with people and educate them about attaining good karmas and doing the bhakti. So that continued. And then one day he met another affluent man who was exactly like him. And this guy come in to him and he's looking for someone who can actually help him in crossing the forest. So he meet this guy. He's now very enlightened because every day he's doing so much bhakti and japa and all that. So he says to this person that, hey, I need somebody's help and I'm ready to give any amount of money that you need, but I need to cross this forest. This guy actually reads his forehead and he says that, you know what, you're a very wealthy person, but you probably won't even have 5 good karmas that you have so far attained in your life. And this guy is like, okay, he's some crazy nut. But then he says that, you know what, you have to start doing your bhakti because in a week, you're gonna leave this planet. And then what's gonna happen is Yamraj, like the messenger of death, are gonna come and take you to Dharamraj, the Lord of Justice. So what he did at that point of time is he felt that this guy is some crazy person, but he says like, as of now, you have to take me to the, you have to help me crossing this forest and I'm gonna pay you. Then this guy says that, no, I don't need your money. All I want from you is that I'm gonna share some guru stories with you during our journey of this crossing the forest, and then you know I'll come back. So the same thing happens. He's sharing some nice stories with him, some guru stories, but he tell him that, see, I'm telling you, in about a week, you're leaving this planet. I'm also leaving this planet. So we're gonna meet probably the same way. But he gives him a message that, hey, when you go to Yamraj, he's gonna ask you, because you merely have any good karma. So he's gonna ask you whether you are going to the Nark, the hell, or you wanna go to Sachkhand. I'm gonna definitely take a minute about Sachkhand when I'm done with this story. Sachkhand, the ultimate form of truth, heaven for some of us. And so he said that when these 2 options are given to you, take the option of Sachkhand and come to Sachkhand and you do the job with all the people who are gonna be there. The same thing happens. He's kind of found himself dead, and then Yamduts are there. And they are asking him, they take him to like Dharamraj, Lord of Justice. And then he's asked the same question that, are we taking you to the hell, or you want to go to the Sachkhand? So he actually remembered this person and he says, no, I want to go to Sachkhand. So, and Dharamraj says, because you don't have any good karmas, but because you actually have spent some time with this Mahapurush, that is why you can pick a choice that for 4 hours we can send you to Sachkhand. Because he spent those moments with this person who was telling him Guru Sakhis, the Guru stories, that is the reason he could go to the Sachkhand merely for 4 hours in the beginning. And then he goes to the Sachkhand, he meet with this guy, and then they spend doing the Naam Kirtan. He sees everyone is taking the Naam, everyone is taking the Kirtan. And he's kind of focused on time. And as soon as 4 hours were done, he was like, oh, now my time is finished. And he's kind of telling to the person who's sitting beside him, he's like, now they are I have to go, otherwise they're gonna beat me to the hell. So they say that, no, you stay here, you take the Naam, you do the Naam, you don't have to go anywhere. So then, I mean, like, he stood there, he was taking the Naam. So the story is basically connected with today's bhajan was about Lekha Hoye, that this life, you know, all the karmas, all the good deeds. And because he spent like some time with this Mahapurush, he could go to Sachkhand. And according to like other satsang that happened after that, they described about Sachkhand. So they say that for some people, Sachkhand is heaven. But what is heaven? Who has seen the heaven? They say that this is heaven. What we are doing here is heaven on earth. And because we are all in the highest form of truth when we are doing kirtan, because kirtan is a blessing from our God, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, or any grantha that we believe in. This is Sachkhand. So basically, he attained the Sachkhand because he spent some time with this person who was enlightened in the presence of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So the ultimate kind of learning from the story is that we are very thankful to Guruji that he has blessed us Sachkhand while we are living our lives. And while we are actually on our own journeys and attaining things in our lives. So he's blessed us Sachkhand. This is Sachkhand where we can come, whether it's in Guruji's ashram or if you're in Manhattan or in New Jersey, the satsangs that happen. So basically the form of Sachkhand. So Jai Guruji. One short story for about a minute, which I'm gonna share, is I was kind of very sick a couple of weeks ago. And I have this thing in me that which is not something that I'm proud of. So I don't take pills when I'm sick. I try to get fine on my own and all of that. So, but a week passed by and I was kind of fine. But then I went out and I think I got again more sick. I came back and I was feeling really really in a form where I felt that, oh, I have to now go to the physician. And I was just trying to get Guruji's message, and he was like, yeah, wait for 2 more days and then you can go. But then I was feeling very bad and I was like, oh, I have to go to a physician. And what happens is a friend of mine, we constantly connect and talk. But then that day I was texting her and she instantly called me, and she's a physician. So she's like, what happened to your voice? You normally don't sound like that. And guess what? She prescribed me medicine on phone, which I was least expecting. And right after the medicine, like I think almost after like 2 or 3 hours of that, I was feeling like really good. And so the thing is that he has his own way of doing things. And there in my mind, I was thinking, oh, I have to go to a physician. And the message which I was getting from him is like, just wait for 2 days. And for me at that minute, it was very hard to stop myself. But what he did is like, he made my friend call me, which usually doesn't happen because she's a very busy physician. But she called me that day and she prescribed medicine to me on phone, and someone came to my home, delivered the medicines in about like 1 hour or so. So I was like, this is our Guruji, he knows what we want. So, Mangoni Manno. So that's what I'm like. Jai Guruji, everybody.